Welcome to Beyond the Phenomenon. Today we embark on a chilling exploration into the top 13 unanswered questions fueling the secrecy surrounding UFO UAP disclosure. Although the real answers may be unknowable, we have tried to create a spectrum of 5 possible answers to each question, demonstrating how answers to even a seemingly innocuous question may still produce tremendous fear and cultural shock, driving policymakers and government officials to continue their decades-long path of UFO UAP secrecy. Let's dive in. Number 13. Where are they from? This question may induce curiosity or intrigue rather than fear or panic, as it simply seeks information about the origin of the entities. Beginning with the most familiar and gradually progressing to the most unsettling possibilities, let's explore the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. Earth. This answer represents the least amount of fear and ontological shock, as it implies that the beings in question originate from our own planet. While it may still raise questions about their presence and intentions, the familiarity of Earth as their origin offers a sense of grounding and relatability. Neighboring solar system. Moving beyond Earth to a neighboring solar system within our own Milky Way galaxy introduces a greater level of distance and unfamiliarity. While still within the realm of known astronomical phenomena, the idea of beings originating from a nearby star system can provoke a sense of awe and wonder, along with a growing realization of the vastness of the cosmos. Distant solar system in Milky Way galaxy. Expanding further out into the Milky Way galaxy, to a distant solar system beyond our immediate neighborhood, intensifies the sense of distance and remoteness. The sheer scale of the galaxy, with its billions of stars and countless worlds, can evoke feelings of insignificance and existential wonder, as well as a growing awareness of the potential diversity of life within the cosmos. Another galaxy in this universe, venturing beyond the confines of the Milky Way to another galaxy within our observable universe, amplifies the level of ontological shock. The idea of beings originating from a distant galaxy raises questions about the nature of intergalactic travel, the possibility of advanced civilizations beyond our own, and the fundamental interconnectedness of the universe. It challenges our preconceived notions of cosmic boundaries and expands our conception of what is possible within the vastness of space. Another dimension or realm of reality. Finally, considering the possibility that these beings may originate from another dimension or realm of reality introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. This concept challenges the very fabric of our understanding of reality, suggesting the existence of parallel universes, alternate dimensions, or non-physical realms inhabited by entities beyond our comprehension. The idea of beings crossing over from such realms blurs the boundaries between the known and the unknown, confronting us with existential questions about the nature of existence, consciousness, and the limits of human understanding. Number 12. When did they arrive? This question focuses on timing and arrival, which may be unsettling but not inherently fear-inducing. Beginning with the most recent and gradually moving back through history to the distant past, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. 21st century. This answer represents the most familiar and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question arrived relatively recently, within the time frame of our own era. While it may still raise questions about their presence and intentions, the temporal proximity offers a sense of connection to contemporary events and circumstances. 20th century. Moving back in time to the 20th century introduces a slightly greater level of unfamiliarity and historical distance. Beings arriving during this period would have been present for significant events such as world wars, technological advancements, and cultural shifts, raising questions about their potential influence on human history and development. Historical period. Expanding further back into specific historical periods, such as ancient civilizations or medieval times, deepens the sense of temporal and cultural distance. Beings arriving during these eras would have encountered vastly different social, political, and technological landscapes, prompting speculation about their interactions with human societies and their impact on historical events. Prehistory. Venturing into prehistoric times before the advent of written records or recorded history amplifies the level of ontological shock. Beings arriving during this era would have existed in a world vastly different from our own, populated by ancient civilizations, megafauna, and geological formations long since vanished. The lack of concrete historical evidence challenges our ability to comprehend their presence and raises questions about their role in shaping early human development. Deep past. Finally, considering the possibility of beings arriving in the deep past before the emergence of complex life on Earth or even the formation of the planet itself introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. This concept challenges our understanding of the origins of life, the universe, and our place within it, confronting us with the profound mysteries of existence and the possibility of extraterrestrial or otherworldly influences stretching back to the dawn of time. Number 11. How far ahead of us are they technologically? While the idea of vastly superior technology may be awe-inspiring or intimidating, it may not necessarily induce fear or panic unless coupled with other unsettling revelations. Beginning with the most comprehensible and gradually progressing to the most unfathomable levels of technological superiority, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. 100 years. This answer represents the most familiar and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question are only slightly ahead of humanity in terms of technological advancement. While it may raise questions about the potential impact of their technology on our society and civilization, the temporal proximity offers a sense of feasibility and relatability. 1,000 years. Moving forward in time to 1,000 years ahead of humanity introduces a greater level of technological disparity and future shock. Beings possessing technology on this scale would likely have capabilities far beyond our current understanding, prompting speculation about their mastery of science, engineering, and innovation. 10,000 years. Expanding further into the future to 10,000 years ahead of humanity amplifies the sense of technological awe and wonder. Beings with technology at this level would likely have achieved feats that border on the miraculous, challenging our conception of what is possible within the realm of science and engineering. 100,000 years. Venturing even further ahead in time to 100,000 years surpasses the limits of human imagination and comprehension. Beings possessing technology on this scale would likely appear godlike in their capabilities, with the power to manipulate matter, energy, and even space-time itself in ways that defy our current understanding of the universe. Millions or billions of years. Finally, considering the possibility of beings existing millions or billions of years ahead of humanity introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. Beings with technology on this scale would be so vastly advanced as to be incomprehensible to human minds, existing on a cosmic time scale beyond our ability to comprehend. The mere existence of such beings challenges our conception of intelligence, evolution, and the nature of reality itself, confronting us with the profound mysteries of existence and our place within the cosmos. Number 10, are they physically material in origin? This question delves into the nature of the entities and their physicality, which could potentially raise ontological questions but may not inherently induce fear. Beginning with the most tangible and gradually progressing to the most abstract forms of existence, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. Physically material. This answer represents the most familiar and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question have a physical form similar to our own. While it may raise questions about their physiology and biology, the concept of physical materiality offers a sense of tangibility and relatability. Ethereal. Moving beyond physical materiality to an ethereal state introduces a greater level of ontological uncertainty and existential wonder. Beings with an ethereal nature may exist as subtle energy or consciousness, transcending the limitations of physical form and material substance. Transcendent. Expanding further into the realm of transcendence, beings with a transcendent nature exist beyond the confines of space and time, embodying universal principles or cosmic intelligence. The concept of transcendence challenges our understanding of reality and existence, confronting us with the mysteries of consciousness and cosmic interconnectedness. Celestial. Venturing into celestial realms, beings with a celestial nature inhabit higher planes of existence or spiritual dimensions beyond the material world. The idea of celestial beings invokes images of divine or angelic entities imbued with cosmic wisdom and divine purpose. Ephemeral. Finally, considering the possibility of beings with an ephemeral nature introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. Ephemeral beings exist transiently or fleetingly, appearing and disappearing without trace, leaving only fleeting impressions on human consciousness. The concept of ephemerality challenges our perception of reality and existence, confronting us with the impermanence and fleeting nature of all things. Number 9. What is their level of awareness? The idea of highly aware or conscious entities may provoke existential questions but may not immediately induce fear or panic. Beginning with the most relatable and gradually progressing to the most incomprehensible levels of awareness, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. Human-level awareness. This answer represents the most familiar and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question possess a level of awareness comparable to that of humans. While it may raise questions about their cognitive abilities and sensory perception, the concept of human-level awareness offers a sense of relatability and understanding. Biologically or technologically enhanced senses, moving beyond human-level awareness to enhance sensory capabilities introduces a greater level of awe and wonder. Beings with enhanced senses may perceive the world in ways that surpass human comprehension, granting them insights into the universe that are beyond our understanding. Advanced technological telepresence. Expanding further into the realm of technological advancement, beings with advanced telepresence capabilities can observe and interact with distant locations remotely, transcending the limitations of physical presence. The concept of technological telepresence challenges our understanding of space and time, confronting us with the possibilities of virtual existence and remote exploration, effectively or totally ubiquitous. Venturing into the realm of ubiquitous awareness, beings with the ability to observe anything anywhere introduce a higher level of ontological shock. Such beings possess a pervasive presence and omnidirectional awareness, transcending physical limitations and permeating the fabric of reality itself. Effective or total omnipresence or omniscience. Finally, considering the possibility of beings with omnipresence or omniscience introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. Omnipresent or omniscient beings possess an incomprehensible level of awareness, having observed everything from everywhere and everywhen in the universe. The concept of omnipresence challenges our understanding of existence and consciousness, confronting us with the mysteries of cosmic awareness and the nature of reality itself. Number 8. What is their level of communication? Communication abilities can influence the nature of interactions and understanding between humans and entities, which could raise questions but may not be inherently fear-inducing. Beginning with the most relatable and gradually progressing to the most unfathomable forms of communication, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. Human-type communication. This answer represents the most familiar and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question communicate in ways similar to humans. While it may raise questions about language barriers and cultural differences, the concept of human-type communication offers a sense of relatability and potential for understanding. Undeciphered alien language. Moving beyond human-type communication to an undeciphered alien language introduces a greater level of uncertainty and linguistic challenge. Beings communicating in an alien language may convey messages that are incomprehensible to humans, raising questions about the potential for mutual understanding and communication barriers. No communication possible. Expanding further into the realm of communication limitations, the possibility of no communication introduces a sense of isolation and existential dread. If beings are unable or unwilling to communicate with humans, it suggests a fundamental disconnect and alienation, leaving humanity to grapple with the mysteries of their existence without guidance or interaction. Biological, technological, or spiritual telepathic communication. Venturing into the realm of telepathic communication, beings with the ability to transmit thoughts, emotions, and information telepathically challenge our understanding of communication and consciousness. Telepathic communication may bridge the gap between species and facilitate direct mind-to-mind interaction, blurring the boundaries between individuals and fostering a sense of interconnectedness. Telepathic cognitive control or dominance. At the pinnacle of our exploration lies the unsettling prospect of beings wielding telepathic dominance. This ability to alter perception and manipulate thoughts introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. Beings possessing such power challenge the very essence of free will and autonomy, leaving us to question the fabric of consciousness and agency. Number 7. What is their level of control over time? This question delves into concepts of time manipulation or understanding, which may challenge conventional beliefs but may not induce immediate fear. Beginning with the most relatable and gradually progressing to the most incomprehensible levels of temporal control, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. No control of time. This answer represents the most familiar and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question have no inherent control over time beyond the limitations of human perception. While it may raise questions about temporal awareness and the passage of time, the concept of no control offers a sense of relatability and temporal continuity. Technology to observe or sense other times, moving beyond human limitations to technology-assisted temporal observation, introduces a greater level of wonder and technological advancement. Beings equipped with technology to observe or sense other times may possess insights into the past, present, or future beyond our current understanding, raising questions about the nature of time and causality. Physically travel to other times. Expanding further into the realm of temporal manipulation, beings with the ability to physically travel to other times challenge our understanding of reality and causality. Time travelers may navigate the temporal landscape with ease, altering the course of history and shaping the future according to their will. Control the flow of time. Venturing into the realm of temporal mastery, beings with the ability to control the flow of time itself introduce a higher level of ontological shock. Such beings may manipulate time on a cosmic scale, bending its fabric to their whims and reshaping reality according to their desires. Outside of time, beyond human understanding, finally, considering the possibility of beings existing outside of time introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. Beings beyond the constraints of temporal existence occupy a realm of pure potentiality and cosmic consciousness, transcending the limitations of human perception and understanding. We're just over halfway through our list. If you like what you've heard so far, please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the latest revelations. Like and share this video to spread awareness. And don't forget to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Now let's get back to our list. And number 6, what is their base motivation for interaction? Understanding the motives behind interactions may provoke curiosity or concern, but may not immediately induce fear. Beginning with the most positive and gradually progressing to the most negative motivations for interaction, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. Altruistic benevolence. This answer represents the most hopeful and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question have a genuine desire to help and uplift humanity. Motivated by compassion and empathy, their interactions may be guided by altruistic intentions, seeking to foster mutual understanding, cooperation, and growth. Amicable peace. Moving beyond mere benevolence to a desire for peaceful coexistence introduces a greater level of optimism and cooperation. Beings motivated by amicable peace may prioritize diplomacy, dialogue, and conflict resolution, striving to maintain harmonious relations and mutual respect between civilizations. Neutral indifference. Expanding further into the realm of neutrality, beings characterized by neutral indifference exhibit a detached and impartial attitude towards humanity. Their interactions may be guided by pragmatism and self-interest, neither actively seeking to harm nor help humanity, but rather observing and interacting as impartial observers. Hostile conflict. Venturing into the realm of hostility, beings motivated by conflict introduce a higher level of fear and apprehension. Motivated by aggression, domination, or territorial expansion, their interactions may pose a threat to humanity's safety, security, and autonomy, leading to potential conflicts and confrontations. Destructive malevolence. Finally, considering the possibility of beings driven by destructive malevolence introduces the highest level of fear, an ontological shock. Motivated by hatred, cruelty, or nihilism, their interactions may be characterized by malicious intent, seeking to inflict harm, suffering, or destruction upon humanity for their own twisted purposes. Number 5. What is their level of honesty or deception? The idea of potential deception by entities may raise concerns about trust, but may not induce immediate panic unless coupled with other threatening factors. Beginning with the most trustworthy and gradually progressing to the most deceptive behaviors, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. Exemplary integrity. This answer represents the most trustworthy and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question uphold the highest standards of honesty and integrity in their interactions. Motivated by principles of truthfulness and ethical conduct, their communications are characterized by sincerity, openness, and reliability, fostering trust and mutual respect. Transparency. Moving beyond mere integrity to a commitment to transparency introduces a greater level of openness and accountability. Beings characterized by transparency willingly share information and communicate openly with humanity, seeking to build mutual understanding and cooperation through honest dialogue and disclosure. Ambiguity. Expanding further into the realm of uncertainty, beings characterized by ambiguity exhibit a level of opacity and vagueness in their communications. Their intentions and motives may be difficult to discern, leading to confusion, mistrust, and existential uncertainty as humanity grapples with the mysteries of their true intentions. Strategic deception. Venturing into the realm of deception, beings motivated by strategic deception introduce a higher level of fear and apprehension. Their communications may be cloaked in layers of deceit and manipulation, designed to conceal their true intentions or gain an advantage over humanity through subterfuge and misdirection. Duplicity. Finally, considering the possibility of beings driven by duplicity introduces the highest level of fear, an ontological shock. Motivated by deceit, betrayal, or malevolence, their communications are characterized by cunning and treachery, seeking to exploit humanity's vulnerabilities for their own selfish ends. Number 4. What is their level of involvement in human geopolitical affairs? The notion of extraterrestrial involvement in human affairs may raise questions about autonomy and control, but may not immediately induce fear. Beginning with the most limited involvement and gradually progressing to the most extensive forms of intervention, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. No involvement. This answer represents the most reassuring and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question refrain from any direct involvement in human geopolitics. While it may raise questions about their awareness and interest in human affairs, the concept of no involvement offers a sense of autonomy and independence for humanity to determine its own destiny. Very limited involvement at key points in history to help steer humanity toward greater destiny. Moving beyond non-interference to limited intervention at critical junctures in human history introduces a greater level of guidance and direction. Beings involved in this manner may act as benevolent mentors or guardians, subtly influencing human affairs to promote positive outcomes and facilitate humanity's progress and evolution. Deniable involvement where attribution is uncertain. Expanding further into the realm of covert intervention, beings with deniable involvement operate in secrecy, their actions concealed from public scrutiny. Their interventions may be subtle and indirect, leaving humanity to speculate about the true source of their influence and the nature of their motivations. Long-term involvement in human affairs. Venturing into the realm of long-term involvement, beings with a sustained presence in human geopolitics exert a significant influence over the course of history. Their interventions may span generations or even millennia, shaping human civilizations and institutions according to their own agendas and interests. Total control, institutional capture. Finally, considering the possibility of beings with total control and institutional capture introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. Beings with this level of involvement wield near absolute power over human affairs, manipulating governments, economies, and societies to serve their own inscrutable motivations and agendas. Before we get into the top 3 most disturbing questions related to UFO UAP secrecy, we want to take a second to give a content warning. The upcoming sections discuss religions, death, and potential human exploitation by extraterrestrials and non-human intelligences. The very act of asking these questions or exploring these topics may create fear and ontological shock. If you have any concerns, please feel free to leave, and thank you for watching so far. For those of you interested in exploring the potential darker side of UFO and UAP secrecy and the possible reasons why disclosure has not happened, let's continue with our list. Number 3. What is their level of involvement in human religions? This question could provoke existential questions and challenge religious beliefs, but may not immediately induce fear or panic. Beginning with the most limited involvement and gradually progressing to the most extensive forms of influence, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. No involvement. This answer represents the most reassuring and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question refrain from any direct involvement in human religions. While it may raise questions about the origins and nature of religious experiences, the concept of no involvement offers a sense of autonomy and independence for human spiritual beliefs and practices to develop organically. Some episodes in human religious stories were the result of humans witnessing NHI. Moving beyond non-involvement to limited intervention, beings may have influenced certain episodes in human religious stories through their interactions with humanity. These encounters may have been interpreted by humans as divine or supernatural events, shaping religious narratives and beliefs over time. Human religious leaders were directly influenced by NHI to spread the message. Expanding further into the realm of direct influence, beings may have directly influenced human religious leaders to disseminate their message and teachings among the population. This form of intervention involves actively shaping religious doctrines and practices to align with the being's own agendas and motivations. NHI worshipped by humans as gods. Venturing into the realm of deification, beings may be worshipped by humans as gods or divine entities within various religious traditions. This form of involvement blurs the lines between human spirituality and extraterrestrial influence, leading to the worship and adoration of beings beyond human comprehension. Human religions are their creations for their motivations. Finally, considering the possibility of beings actively creating human religions for their own motivations introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. In this scenario, human religious beliefs and practices are entirely fabricated or manipulated by beings for their own ends, raising profound questions about the nature of faith, revelation, and spiritual autonomy. Number 2, what knowledge and abilities do they have to control the afterlife? This question delves into profound existential and spiritual themes, which could potentially induce fear or existential dread, depending on individual beliefs. Beginning with the most limited knowledge and gradually progressing to the most extensive forms of understanding and control, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. No knowledge beyond human speculation. This answer represents the most common and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that the beings in question have no greater understanding of the afterlife than humans themselves. While it may raise questions about the nature of existence beyond death, the concept of no knowledge offers a sense of equality and shared uncertainty among all beings. Technological proof that the human idea of afterlife exists. Moving beyond speculation to technological proof of the afterlife's existence introduces a greater level of revelation and existential significance. Beings possessing such knowledge may provide evidence of an afterlife through advanced technology, including communication with the deceased, challenging fundamental beliefs about life, death, and the nature of consciousness. Technological proof that no afterlife exists. Expanding further into the realm of existential uncertainty, beings may possess technological proof that no afterlife exists, challenging traditional religious beliefs and philosophical assumptions about the nature of existence beyond death. This revelation could lead to profound existential crises and a reevaluation of the meaning and purpose of life. Ability to interfere with the natural progressions of humans to their afterlife. Venturing into the realm of intervention, beings with the ability to interfere with the natural progression of humans to their afterlife introduce a higher level of fear and ontological shock. Such beings may exert control over the transition between life and death, manipulating the fate of human souls for their own purposes. Human afterlife is their creation for their motivations. Finally, considering the possibility of beings creating or manipulating the human afterlife for their own motivations introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. In this scenario, the afterlife is revealed to be a constructed or controlled reality shaped by beings for their own ends, raising profound questions about the nature of existence, consciousness, and free will. Number 1. Are humans in a zoo, lab, prison, or farm? This question raises disturbing possibilities about human existence and control, which could induce fear or panic, especially if individuals feel powerless or trapped. Beginning with the most benign and gradually progressing to the most unsettling interpretations of humanity's situation, let's examine the potential answers and their associated levels of fear and ontological shock. None of those things. This answer represents the most reassuring and least unsettling possibility, suggesting that humans are not subject to any form of external control or manipulation. While it may raise questions about humanity's place in the cosmos, the concept of none of those things offers a sense of autonomy and freedom from external influence or interference. Curiosity and scientific observation. Earth is a zoo. Moving beyond non-involvement to a perspective of curiosity and scientific observation, beings may view humanity as an intriguing subject of study, akin to animals in a zoo. In this interpretation, human existence is observed and studied for scientific purposes, with beings taking a passive role as observers rather than active manipulators. Performing experiments on humanity without our knowledge or consent. Expanding further into the realm of intervention, beings may conduct experiments on humanity without our knowledge or consent, treating Earth as a laboratory for their research. This interpretation introduces a higher level of fear and ontological shock as humanity grapples with the implications of being subject to external manipulation and experimentation. Prison planet, NHI jailers. Venturing into the realm of confinement, beings may view humanity as prisoners or inmates on a prison planet, subject to external control and surveillance by their alien jailers. This interpretation introduces a sense of captivity and oppression as humanity struggles against the constraints imposed upon them by their extraterrestrial captors. Humanity is being harvested. Finally, considering the possibility of humanity being harvested introduces the highest level of fear and ontological shock. In this interpretation, humans are viewed as a resource to be exploited or consumed by otherworldly beings for their own purposes, raising profound questions about the nature of existence, agency, and the potential fate of humanity in the cosmos. As we've discussed from the start, although the questions may initially appear harmless, their answers hold the potential to evoke fear and existential uncertainty. It's conceivable that the absence of official disclosure stems from someone possessing knowledge of one of these answers. If you've found this discussion intriguing, we recommend this video to continue your exploration of UFOs, UAPs, and non-human intelligence. Thank you for delving into the depths on Beyond the Phenomenon.